In this video, we'll continue our discussion on sustainable growth rate. We discussed that sustainable growth rate is calculated as retention rate multiplied by rho, that is return on equity, where we define B as 1 minus dividend payout rate. We are using DuPont model, which is net income divided by sales, then multiply with sales divide by total assets, and then multiply by total assets, and then divide by equity. The first one represents margin, second represents asset turnover, and the last represents leverage. So from a company standpoint, growth is multiplied by B, multiplied by rho, where this can be defined as net income minus dividend paid divided by net income. From a company standpoint, there are two decisions which are companies making. One is the financing decision. This is driven by the leverage and also the retention, which is how much of income is being retained to invest back in the business. This represents a financing decision. Margin and asset turnover are a reflection of profitability. Let's look at a few examples to build our understanding on SGR. The first question is the rho for Daiichi Corporation is 14% and their payout ratio is 40%. Calculate sustainable growth rate. We know growth is B multiplied by ROE. ROE is 14% and B is 1 minus 40%. So our G is 8.4%. Let's look at another type of problem. In this, what we have given is retention ratio is given as 20%, the margin is 15%, asset turnover is 1.25, equity multiplier is 1.5x. We need to calculate sustainable growth rate for the company. Let's look at the formula. The formula is B multiplied by ROE. B is the retention ratio, which is 20%. Now, ROE can be written in the form net income divided by sales. This is called margin. Then we have sales divided by asset. This is called asset turnover. And then we have assets divided by equity. This is called the leverage, that is equity multiplier. We are given profit margin is 15%. Asset turnover is 1.25. Equity multiplier is 1.5. So, we get 5.6% as our sustainable growth rate. This concludes our discussion on sustainable growth rate. See you in the next video.